Hello, everybody, and welcome to the month of April Astro and Tarot Prediction. I'm personally so excited for April because I think we've been through it all in March, to be honest. Sophie's nodding her head. Sophie, are you surviving, first of all?
Barely. I had high hopes for Mars, I think. I had a lot of hopes that things would be moving and reflection and reevaluation. And so far, let me know for you guys, but so far, nothing really is happening. And it's just frustrating for Virgo to not see anything moving. So April, please be better.
Well, we're still in the retrogrades. And April, and I'm sure everybody's going to be super happy about that, marks both Mercury and Venus going direct. So things will start moving forward again, and we'll go sign by sign in the second part of the video to know exactly what it means for you, for your sign, for your rising sign, your sun sign. But overall, I think April is such a beautiful month because we had like probably many revelation with a plural, so revelations, changes possibly in our lives with eclipse season. With the retrogrades, we've done a lot of inner contemplation, maybe inner work also. We tried to redefine our values, our priorities. We were rethinking a lot of the things from the past, also with a lot of energy in Pisces. I've personally been going through a lot of emotions that I've maybe swept under the rug in the past year, so it was all coming out, so not easy. But I'm really looking forward to April because I think it has a lot of beautiful lighter energy too, and Mercury Venus going direct. And also the other big thing that we're going to be talking with the sign by sign prediction is also Neptune changing sign, going into Aries. It's happening on March 30th, but it will be, let's say, influencing the whole month of April. And it will stay for 14 years in the sign of Aries, but we're going to feel it a lot more during the month of April because it will cross the 0 degree of Aries, which is super powerful. So we're going to diving into like the main energies, and it's going to be a very short intro. We have the giveaway winner for the community April, the important dates, if you want to plan your month of April, and then we'll dive into the sign by sign. So stay tuned. All right, so let me talk about the important dates, and then I'll ask you, Sophie, to do a card pull for the overall energies, if that's okay with you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so April, yes, already the fourth month of the year. But we just started the real new year, so with the equinox on the 20th of March. But we said when we were talking about the spring equinox, wait until Mercury and Venus are direct in order to feel really the energies of new beginnings. And we're going to feel those on the 7th, Mercury is going direct, and on the 12th, at the same time of the full moon in Libra, the ruler of Libra, Venus, is moving direct. This is going to be such a beautiful full moon. So after the 12th, you can consider that we're going to be really feeling the energies of the spring equinox, of the new year, of new beginnings. So you see like there's a bunch of stars in the month of April, so beautiful dates all across the board. And then on the 21st, we have Saturn in the North Node meeting exactly together. So this is going to be very important. And at the end, we have a more complicated new moon in Taurus. But for the sign by sign predictions, we're going to focus on the planets going direct because they're going to bring gifts and revelations, and also the ingress of Neptune moving into Aries, because it's going to start a whole new, let's say, spiritual process or creative process for you in your life. All right. And also I wanted to talk about very briefly, we have still a few days left if you'd like to get on board with this magical transformation journey with new moon activation with Elena and I. So these are going to be guided singing bowl meditation using the energy of astrology. And there's still a few days left to save 25% off on the bundle of the 12 not the 12, the 10 new moon activation altogether. And after that, it will be possible for you to join the individual activation if you'd like to, of course, be a part of this magical journey. But there won't be any more discounts. So it is your chance to really save big. And also we just launched this individual activation, which will be the first one of the 10 new moon activation journey. This is the Aries new moon solar eclipse activation. So this whole journey starts with a bang because it's going to be the last eclipse in the sign of Aries, which starts the whole transformation journey of 2025. Bringing gifts, bringing manifestation potential, really powerful. And it's time to make dreams reality because we've had so much energies in Pisces lately. And now the planet of dreams is going into Aries, into physical, tangible manifestation. So the best time ever to be doing, let's say, spiritual practices such as meditation to really make sure that you are manifesting from the higher frequencies possible. And if you go on the website, and all the links will be down below, you'll have the choice to join the activation for $22, this one, the single one, or if you'd like to join the 10 activation bundle. And the discount there will be available only until Friday, the 28th, so until the first eclipse activation. All right, Sophie. Can we pull some cards to know what April has for us?
Yes, let's see what we have. Okay, so we have the karma being already paid in full. It says that karma have been repaid. So if you haven't received anything yet, just know that behind the scene, everything is in place for you to receive it. And you have also to release everything that you kept emotionally. Like Julie said, if you have something to release emotionally, it needs to be done hopefully before April is started. If you're watching this and April is already started, do it as fast as possible to just make sure that you are totally clear on your fate. The universe will take care of karma, because in April, karma is already restored. Everything is now fair or in the process to be fair in April. We can see that you can move forward with your life more easily without all of this baggage. And we can see also that you're going to receive a prize, a reward, it says on this card, for everything you have been doing, enduring, and the lesson that you have been going through and that you have fully learned. So, of course, nobody is perfect. You still have lessons to learn. And don't expect that the karma that I was talking about is being restored and paid in the way that you exactly want it. But make sure that, be sure that the universe is taking care of it fully. And the last card from the tarot card, we have the Wheel of Fortune, Destiny. Exactly.
Yay, things moving, finally.
Yes.
Wow. And you know what you said just makes so much sense with all the energies that we've been experiencing in Pisces. And I'm just going to show you my chart, guys, so you can understand what I'm thinking. So this will be the chart for mid-April. So you see Mercury and Venus are going direct on the 12th. Well, both of them are direct on the 12th. But they're making like a big sandwich party here in the sign of Pisces. And Pisces deals with past karma, past retribution, closing out some past chapters, making sure that if we owed money or anything, help to other people, we're closing the books because we're getting ready for a brand new chapter. And Aries rule new beginnings, change, pioneering, going in a totally new direction. Being free also of a lot of karma. So I feel like this totally makes sense. Wow. Okay. I hope you guys are as excited as I am because I think March has been really intense in terms of roller coasters. And then we're gonna reveal the giveaway winner for the month of April. So we every month we select a lucky member from our free community on Maison Jupiter Community here that is celebrating their birthday during this month. So we've selected randomly a winner for this month, and the winner will be winning a beautiful consultation with this amazing oracle right here with Sophie. So the winner will have the choice between the 1 hour tarot reading and the 1 hour past lives reading. And because we have so much energy still in the sign of Pisces, in order to close up cycles, patterns in regards to karma, I think this one is going to be and is already very popular also, the past lives reading, that is. And if you'd like to book your personal consultation with Sophie, you can do so on the website on maisonjupiter.com, and the link is down below to select online your date and time to meet with this amazing oracle and ask all your questions. So our beautiful community member that is winning the giveaway is Wendy Clark. So congratulations, Wendy, and a very happy solar return to you. She says, hi, Julie and Sophie. I'm celebrating my 70th birthday. I would like to manifest, and of course, it's also a big number, so a very, very important one. I would love to manifest wonderful health, sovereignty, independence, freedom, free will, choice. I so enjoy your shows and deepest love, joy, commitment, spirituality. It's truly inherent in all you say and be. Greatest thanks. Much love, Wendy. Thank you so much, Wendy, for the beautiful words. And send us an email, and we'll make sure to book your appointment right away. All right. I think we're ready to go, Sophie. Are we?
Yes. Oh, we are.
Okay, so let me change here. So of course we're going to start with our beautiful Aries. So to start off, I just want to say a very happy solar return to you guys, Aries. If you are celebrating your birthday during the month of April, this is a powerful, powerful month for you guys. And well, first of all, let's talk about Neptune that will enter your sign. So this is such a big deal. It happens every 14 years or so. So this is like a major, major theme. And nobody that is living right now has experienced Neptune in Aries before. So this is like, we're all going into uncharted territories right here. So I also want to know what the cards have to say there. So this is going to be really big. And while Neptune was in the sign of Pisces, it was in your 12th house. So it was time to dream. It was time to connect with your unconscious, to connect with your creativity, with your spirituality. But now in Aries, the sign of action, it's time to take action in the direction of your dreams. So I believe you'll have even more access to your intuition and psychic gifts because it will become more of a conscious process, whereas when it was in your 12th house, you were doing it sort of unconsciously. Now it's like it's part of your reality, and you're going to feel it in your body. You're going to feel like the cues, the signs, and even if you feel like an unbalance within your body, it's probably that there's something that you need to look at in the energetic realm. Also, it has good and bad. I'm not going to lie. Neptune and Sophie, you had Neptune right on your ascendant for a while. Just like
I know. I remember. I was about to say maybe it was too intense for some of you because I know it was too intense for me when it was in my 12th house. So maybe for you, you felt that you had other kind of symptoms than just intuition. But I'm really hopeful for this in the first house now.
Yeah, I think, and of course, if you are an Aries rising, it means that at some point you'll have Neptune on your ascendant. If it's your sun sign, it means that Neptune will be near your sun at some point in the next years. But definitely you're going to feel the shift into the sign of Aries, whether you're a sun Aries or a rising. So I feel like Neptune, the energy of Neptune is no boundaries. It's feeling very generous, really open, this feeling of, you want to experience this feeling of oneness to be part of like, human nature of the collective. So you might feel more generous towards others. You might have like some more vague idea of who you are because you're merging with the entire universe or the entire one consciousness. But also you might want to invest your energy into something more practical that can make the world a better place, because Neptune is also associated with more humanitarian causes. So you might want to use this energy because Aries is very practical. Also watch out for a possible lack of boundaries, because especially if Neptune is on your ascendant, because it means that you want to expand and you want to believe and everybody has good in them, but also you will need to make sure that you also are really connected with your body and you have a strong sense of boundaries, of groundedness, in order to really see beyond everybody's good side, to make sure. So and then for Aries, also I want to talk about Mercury and Venus that are moving direct in your 12th house, so close to that little conjunction there. And I will show you the chart here so you can follow with me. So here, and not only are Mercury and Venus in your 12th house, but they are also very close to Saturn and the North Node. And Saturn and the North Node will meet on the 21st. So this whole bunch here is adding a lot of fuel to your 12th house. So Aries, you might be finding out secrets, or maybe you did while Mercury and Venus were retrograde, but when they go direct, either you find out secrets, you find out hidden information from the past, but it gives you clarity. It gives you clarity on what was occulted before. And you can really use this energy to let go of the past, to grieve any particular situation that has to stay in your past. But also it can bring karmic blessings and a readjustment from the past. If you were, let's say, in an unjust situation, it's time for a karmic rebalance. Also, some relationships will also have to stay in the past, have to let go behind you, because of that in the sign of Pisces, also in your 12th house. So double whammy there on the ending. But tune into your very strong intuition for powerful inspiration, because if you channel this really strong energy that is in your 12th house, it can really direct you with intuition and important messages to, let's say, direct you in your next step, because the North Node is there and it's very important to be listening to the messages. So take more time to meditate, have a dream journal. All that stuff is going to be super powerful for you guys. All right, Sophie, can we look at the cards to know what they have for Aries, Sun or Rising?
Yes, let's see what we have there. Oh, we have one card that just flipped, so let's use this one. We have Viva Las Vegas. So for some of you, there may be some kind of a risky move. So that energy of taking a risky move in your life. I'm going to use also tarot for this one, but this is already moving forward. We have this red race card right there. So this is telling me that there is something that can move very quickly. This is very much this Aries energy. Let's see what it is. We have the Empress. We have, Justice reverse and the Two of Wands reverse. I feel like life is going to push you to make a risky move that you already nurture in your mind, that you already created in your mind, that you're already envisioned in your mind, because the Empress is there as a very first card. And it says that this is, because it's the first card and it's the Empress, I'm seeing that this is something that would make sense for you. Some kind of plan, some kind of nurturing energy that would make a lot of sense, but you're not giving yourself permission because of responsibilities, because of contract going on, because it's risky. And it is okay that it feels risky, but it may be something that you truly need. And this kind of energy of the Empress is going to be nurturing you also in this move. It's going to force you, yes, but a gentle, soft tower, like we say sometimes here.
Power. I love it.
So it's going to force you, yes, but in a sense, it's going to show you this is what you have to do now. So you had the lessons, you had time to revisit certain decisions, decision in your life, and now it's just time to choose yourself and to take that bold risk in that direction. The fact that we have this Two of Wands reverse that represents choices in general, but now it's reverse. I do see that you don't have a choice anymore. So you will have to make that risk, and it's an illusion of still having the choice, but you know really well in your heart or in your mind that truly there's just this one option, and it's worth the risk.
Wow. And that makes so much sense also with Neptune in your sign Aries. It's like it was in Pisces, a more passive sign for so long, and now it's moving in an active sign. So it's asking of you to take action in the direction. So it's no longer time to be looking at the train pass by. It's time to really get on it. All right. So now let's talk about our second sign, our beautiful Tauruses. And right away, I want to wish a very, very happy solar return if you are celebrating your birthday during the month of April. Beautiful Tauruses. Okay, so let's talk about Neptune that will enter your 12th house. So it's going to happen at the very end of the month of March, but it's going to be felt very strongly during April. So what it means basically is that Neptune it feels at home in the 12th house because it's the house traditionally ruled by Pisces. So wow, it's going to be very powerful for you Tauruses. You're going to become even more attuned to your spiritual nature. So you're going to become even more spiritual or spiritually in tune with your gifts. And it will be time to have more of a spiritual practice because it's in your 12th house, but it's the sign of Aries. So it can be yoga, it can be walking, it can be something more active, such as a spiritual practice. But you will need to take care of your body, of your vessel in a more spiritual way. By taking action on it. So having like some sort of routine, I think would be great because Neptune in your 12th house, as you said, Sophie, in the intro, can be quite intense, right?
Yes, but I have my moon in Taurus, so I don't get rid of this yet.
So yeah, yet. But yeah. So of course the moon is going to be less felt, I would say, than the rising and the sun.
But still, I just want to say that yes, it's intense, but you just need to use this energy in the right way.
Yeah.
So if you have things that you're trying to escape, if you're drinking, if you're doing any type of escapism, you're using this wrong. But it's weirdly enough, it's an energy where you need to have a lot of discipline. Otherwise, it's just too much.
I think you just explained it perfectly because if you're not grounded enough, Neptune rules like otherworldly, other dimensions, being here in space, one with source. But we're here in a physical incarnation, and Aries is reminding us of that. So you really need to make sure that you nurture also your groundedness and your connection to the earth. And it could be like really beautiful in the 12th house. That can also be like walking in nature if you do it, but you need to do something consistently to really make sure that you keep yourself grounded. And if you do that, like you're going to have like such an expansion of your psychic gifts, and that will be really beautiful. But as you said, Sophie, there's also a slippery side to that Neptune in the 12th house, which is all sorts of addictions, codependency, trying to avoid reality. And we see that also in the spiritual community as part of like, oh, well, I'm not here to adapt to 3D or the earth because I'm a starseed. Well, yeah, but it's part of the spiritual journey also to be embodied. So this is what you're going to need to really process over the next years. But in the month of April, you're going to really feel a shift of energy there. And you're going to be called also to close out old chapters and maybe have some forgiveness for yourself, but also for others that have wronged you in the past. You might also be drawn to travel overseas because both of those placements rule traveling, faraway places, islands, retreats. So you might also go to spiritual retreats or might be called to more spiritual type of traveling. And also you're going to feel more creative, more artistic. If you tune in into this space of receiving messages, downloads, you're going to feel very, very inspired and creative. And I feel like you're going to channel even more clearly and through your body. So really be aware and mindful of the sensations that you have. Let's say you are in a certain environment with certain type of people. How does that make you feel? Because it's an Aries, it's the sign of body. So this is going to be a learning journey, but this is the start of it in the month of April. And then Mercury and Venus will go direct in your 11th house. So that will be very beautiful for Tauruses. So you're going to have more clarity on who you should surround yourself with, because 11th house is networks, friends, acquaintances, who you consider to be part of your soul tribe. So maybe you had, like, let's say, difficult conversations while both planets were retrograde, or you were questioning some of your friendships, relationships, or groups even. And now you're going to have more clarity about who is going to be able to accompany you in this next phase of your journey. Also, because we have Saturn there, both with the North Node, it calls for like kind of this make or break in friendships, but also some, if you are around this age, of course, some could decide to retire because Saturn can bring sudden endings, but the North Node is also wanting to free you and allow you to go in this next chapter of your life. So for some, it could manifest as retirement. For other, it could be you're changing your long-term plans. Maybe you're dreaming of new things now. Also, you could get recognition by your peers, by a boss in your 11th house, the house of recognition. Also, it's the house of gain. So if you did the work prior to this conjunction on the 21st, you will likely see the rewards of your hard work. And also, you're going to be called to have new dreams and goals that are also realistic, with Saturn being a part of that group of planets. So let's look at the card, Sophie, for Tauruses, what we have.
Yeah.
For April.
Okay, we have the card Recharging. And let's see what we have. We have the King of Cups, so very, very connected with source, with your emotions. So I think that talks a lot about your connection with source, your connection with your inner world, your emotions. You're working on mastering your emotion during this month. Let me just see two more cards with this. So we have Three of Swords, Doubt. And then we have Ace of Swords, Clarity. Interesting. So with those energies, it feels like you're going to question a lot of things. You're not going to have all of the time this clarity. Maybe things that you were sure about. You're going to go inwards to question, to review, to connect with your feelings, to connect with what is going on when you are thinking about this, or when you're going in that direction. And you're going to need to have a very strong belief in your abilities with your intuition during this month, because your abilities are going to be telling you if this something is wrong, if something is right. So for this, you need to really pay attention to having a clear channel, because your abilities are really what is being used for you for this month. There's a lot, like I said, of challenges on, are you able to master this part of you this month? So you're going to be tested a little bit. That could be very positive in a sense, because if you are already in this energy of, yes, I strongly believe in my intuition, you're going to have rewards for it. If you don't, you're going to learn how to master it. So it's not, lessons are not always negative. So I think you're going to change your point of view on some things. You're going to have a lot of breakthroughs. You're going to have this realignment on your life, but all of this is going to lead you to the right solution and the right path if you go inwards and you don't follow your mind, but you follow your intuition. And for this, one more time, you need to clear your channel. So you need to make sure that you are cleansing your space. You are making sure that you recharge in nature. If you use crystals, if you use any type of tools for this, you need to clear them and pay attention to the signs of any type of energy intruding in your energy field. You need to release that.
And go in nature, Taurus. Like this is what rules your sign, so you feel good. Usually that's how you recharge the best, probably. So and Neptune in your 12th house is going to feel like your compass is not that clear anymore. So you need to, like Sophie said, like really connect inwardly in order to know if something feels good or not. And I'm sure you guys are going to do great. So very happy month of April. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And we're going to talk about our next sign, Gemini. So Gemini, first of all, let's talk about Neptune at the very end of the month of March. That will enter the sign of Aries. So for you, that will activate your 11th house for the next 14 years. So it's a big deal. But it's going to be felt even more in the first months that Neptune transits your 11th house. So 11th house rules friends, groups of people, networks, this feeling of being a part of some group, being a part of something, your soul tribe. So you're going to feel like you want to connect even more, but also like on a more energetic or spiritual way with your soul tribe. So the feeling of like finding a community that allows you to share either your art, your spirituality, your healing practices, it's going to be even more important for you to feel like you're part of some group. And by the way, we have our amazing community. If you'd like, if you aren't a member yet, you can join it, and I'll put the link down below. But you're going to feel that need even more, Geminis, during the month of April. Also, that could push you to start humanitarian kind of projects or some kind of volunteer work with some causes that are dear to you, or just a way that you can find in order to make a difference in the world, which Neptune is really thinking about the greater good. Also, 11th house is also the house of social media. So I believe like for most of Gemini people, which are also connected by nature to social media, your relationship with social media is likely going to change. And I see like two major crossroads for Gemini. Some I feel will disappear, Neptune, from a lot of the networks, while some others could become even more dependent on those social media. And maybe a third option will be to take a more, let's say, spiritual approach to that. But I feel like some kind of detox will be necessary for you in order to understand what's your relationship to, let's say, social acceptance, to outside validation. So you'll have to have this really deep contemplation with yourself about what is it that you're trying to achieve there with social media. And I feel like you're going to need to connect even more with like-minded people, with your friends on a more, let's say, deep level. And then Mercury and Venus will both move direct by mid-April, and that will be in your 10th house. So that will be major for you, Geminis. 10th house rules career, professional life. So most of you are going to get clarity regarding your projects, your career. And maybe if you felt like you needed to review some of the things in your career, in your professional projects, maybe you had a lot of time to think about your next direction. There are things that needed to be tweaked. So now you have more clarity regarding your next chapter there. And not only is Mercury and Venus there in your 10th house, but also the North Node, Saturn. So it's like, it's a big deal for you guys. You have like major choices to make. The North Node is there wanting to push you forward in your next chapter, your next direction. So it's making you feel very ambitious. You have this go-getter attitude with Saturn there. Also, you're really ready to work hard and be disciplined about something that matters to you. But the retrogrades were necessary in order for you to understand where to invest your energy, because Gemini, we know that can be a bit like scattered. and you have like many projects going on at the same time, but Saturn is allowing you to think more, let's say, to funnel this energy in a more efficient way. Some could get a promotion or an opportunity to have more responsibilities, become a boss, or become, let's say, have more responsibility in terms of other people also in work. Also, you're becoming more sure of yourself and what you can bring to the world with that energy in the 10th house, if you did the reflection with the retrogrades. And you're going to be willing to invest this energy where it's aligning with your future goals. So this is what I have for Gemini. Sophie, can we look at the cards?
Yes.
For the month of April.
We have the card of good news. So this is amazing already. And I'm going to use a different deck for you guys because you're Geminis and you deserve something a little bit special. 116 cards. And Julie, I think you're going to love this one. So let's see what we have for you, Geminis, for the month of April.
Is it the first time that you use it?
Second time, and I haven't seen yet the cards, all of them. So you're going to like it, I think. This is the Death card. So as we can see, it's a mix of the Sun card and the Death card. So it's a death and rebirth with the card of the good news. So I really feel for you guys, there is something that you were more than willing to let go. And the month of April is going to bring you that kind of security to do it. That kind of push of, yes, there is abundance. Yes, there is security. Yes, there is joy on the other side of that decision. So you're already going to see that you are passionate, King of Wands, about this fresh new beginning that is coming into your life. And this is the Emperor with the King of Wands. So you are willing, like Julie said, to make a lot of discipline, a lot of structure change in your life. And I feel like you are feeling very motivated and very optimistic about this fresh new start. Last card for you, the Devil. I think that you just discover that what you were attached to, the outcome that you were attached to was not the right one. And I think that was a shock for you recently because you really believe that that was the right place for you, the right job, the right opportunity, the right whatever it was for you. And that came to a shock to learn that, in fact, that was something that was mainly karmic and that you had to let go.
Okay, strong cards for Gemini.
Yes.
But I believe like having like such powerful planets also in your 10th house is very karmic in nature. So big things happening in March and also in April. But let us know if you resonate with the energies, and do make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this video. Thank you, Geminis. And now let's talk about Cancer. And firstly, we're going to talk about Neptune changing sign and entering the sign of Aries. And for Cancers, it will activate your 10th house. So Neptune is entering in your 10th house. That's a big deal because, first of all, nobody living on Earth right now, or at least from what I know, has experienced Neptune in Aries. So this is a first for all of us, unless, like, let's say you're a vampire or something along those lines. But I don't think you are. So Neptune entering your 10th house, it will activate your house of career and professional life. And if you are retired, it's activating your house of like life mission, your outside sphere, how people view you in society. So for most Cancers, it's going to translate as wanting to integrate your spirituality, your spiritual qualities, or even artistic qualities to your work, to what you are doing in the world. So let's say if you are retired, it can mean like doing some volunteering work, helping some kind of organization that you believe in. Or if you are working, it could be having more of, let's say, fair spiritual values that are infused in your work. Some Cancers also are maybe ready to come out come out of the closet as a healer, as an intuitive, as a medium, as a clairvoyant, as a star seed. And maybe you're going to be able to have some kind of role that's connected with those archetypes, or you're going to talk about it more freely out in the world, that you're what you believe in, spiritually speaking. Watch out for illusions, because wherever Neptune is, it's like a double-edged sword. So watch out for illusions about the work sphere, about people in power, about your work environment. It could be your boss, some kind of authority figures, even the government, for false promises, lies, deceptions, which is traditionally what Neptune rules. So just be wary of that. If it seems too good to be true, especially regarding work, regarding an authority figure, really research it, because it could be with Neptune there. But you're going to really learn how to use your intuition and psychic gifts for your benefit in the outside world, not just in your own little bubble, but it's going to be, you're going to be known as some kind of spiritual person or healer or medium. Then Mercury and Venus move direct in your 9th house. So if you have any legal affairs or international affairs, it could be moving again forward. And you're going to have clarity about what you'd like to learn next, or what you'd like to teach next, for some people who are more, let's say, ready to share what they know. Some also could travel or have clarity about their next trip, where they're being called to have some kind of activation. So you're going to be activated by specific locations, if that's the case. Also, you're going to have revelations about your worldview, because when they were, both Venus and Mercury were retrograde in your 9th house, you were rethinking a lot about your beliefs, maybe your limiting beliefs, maybe what you believe as true, as how the world functions. But now you have like a sudden understanding of how your beliefs played a role in your ability to manifest your reality, to co-create your reality. So when they move direct, you'll have even more clarity on, let's say, mantras that you need to have to correct limiting beliefs, or really change your perspective in a more, let's say, positive perspective. Now, let's look at the cards, Sophie. Oh.
Okay, cards are just flying. So let me just try to have the right one for you, Cancer.
So for April 2025, Cancers.
You have the energy of lonesome. So this is the first time that I noticed it. Not that I haven't seen it, but that I use it. So we have this wheel behind, and I have a card that is just a wheel, and it talks about nostalgia, how we are stuck in a same pattern, in the same, what is the word I'm searching for? Cycle. Loop. Yeah, loop. Perfect. Thank you. So I think you're getting out of a loop that is going to help you to expand a lot of what you think about yourself. And like Julie said, your manifestation, your limiting belief. I think you were stuck in a loop, in a cycle. Let me just get, oh, and I never used this. This is just for you guys. We have a new, I know it's very small, but it says new, different, and refreshing. I never saw that before. I have this card for many years. So yes, it's just for you. So I think you're getting out of what you were stuck in, what you believe was meant for you, and you're getting in this fresh new energy. We have the Hierophant. So there is a major breakthrough in your connection with Source, in your way of manifestation. There is a major breakthrough in your faith. There is also a major breakthrough maybe in your relationships. We're going to feel connected with a certain tribe, with a partner, finding your place in the world. We have the Seven of Swords, so I feel that this is the energy that was taken from you all along. Yeah, I cannot speak. It's fine. It's fine. You understand what I'm saying. We have the Sun. So the clarity is coming on what was taken from you, the ability to create. And it's finally kind of a a fresh new day for you. It's finally, we're getting out of the darkness, we're getting out of the fears, we're getting out of this stuckness, and we're getting in that fresh new era where you're connected. Do you see this line going from the sun to this person? It's just connection with source. So I feel you're going to feel a lot more happy, a lot more connected, and you're getting out of this victim mentality. For some of you, you're getting out of this darker place in general. So entering a new era. And I really want you to be outside as much as possible to get that connection with source even more.
With the sun, as we saw in the cards. Yeah, and you guys are ruled by the moon, so you might have felt the last lunar eclipse in Virgo very strongly in the month of March. And April really marks a different type of energy, so you're going to be leaving all the heaviness behind. So looking forward to it, I'm sure. And let us know if you resonate with that, Cancers, in the comments below. And do make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And we're going to talk about our next one. So for Leo's sun or rising, and even your moon. First of all, let's talk about Neptune. Neptune will change sign for everybody, so we'll enter the sign of Aries. So that's a big, big deal because we're going to have Neptune in Aries for 14 years, but it's going to be strongly felt at the very beginning while it transits the 0 degree and the 1st degree. So all the month of April, we're going to feel that change in the energy very strongly, all of us. And for Leo, Neptune enters your 9th house. So very beautiful place for Neptune to be. You're certainly going to feel the call to travel to certain locations. So 9th house deals with traveling, international. Neptune is a planet of far away countries, islands, spiritual type of locations, spiritual kind of trips. So you might feel the need, and I'm sure you guys are going to be called to travel even more in the few next years. But also the 9th house is about your faith. So spirituality or religion, or just your relationship to God, to source, to the universe is going to take a bigger role in your life. Because both Neptune and the 9th house are deeply connected to faith. So you're going to have to find this kind of system that you believe in order to find some sense of purpose, to understand that you have a direct connection to God, to your own divinity. But it's going to be taking a really important place in your life, and you might even need to, or feel the need to, take more courses. And some Leos could even start teaching. And Neptune rules great masters. So you might feel the need to dive even deeper in your spirituality and anything that brings to you a sense of understanding the organization of the universe. So for me, it's astrology. For other people, it could be numerology, could be a spiritual tradition. But you're certainly going to feel the need to explore that even more, to have answers to your deep, deep, deep questions, which at the basis of all is, what's my life purpose, right? Why am I here? So you're going to be seeing life through a different lens this time. And it's going to be through the lens of the one consciousness, that we all are connected together. We all carry this divinity within us. We're connected throughout, like, the living realm, the animals, the plants, the crystals, all that stuff. So you're going to feel even more connected. I feel like this is going to be such a beautiful transit for you guys. You're going to have huge activations, especially in the 1st degrees of Neptune entering your 9th house. And then let's talk about Mercury and Venus moving direct. Yay! And that will happen in your 8th house, Leos. So while it was retrograde there, it wasn't the easiest of transits, because with Mercury and Venus retrograde in your 8th house, we also have North Node and Saturn. So lots of rough lessons about karma, about past karma, also about your own psychology, the way that you deal with trauma. And it certainly was an experience to dig a lot of that past darkness while both planets were retrograde. So now with both Mercury and Venus moving direct, you will have some clarity about what was this deep transformational process all about for you? What are the gifts that are coming? Because it's not just about, like feeling the deep feelings and the intensity and the heaviness. It's also about understanding things and being able to change the energy, change chapter. But it's a very pivotal process to go through. Also, the 8th house is the house of the occult, of what's being hidden. So you might have been finding out secrets. Previously hidden information might come to light, either during the retrograde or around mid-April when both planets are moving direct. Also, the 8th house is all about this energetic exchange of giving and receiving. And the 8th house is the house of receiving. So money, help, energy. And when the balance is off, which probably is part of the lessons of Mercury and Venus retrograde in the 8th house, we understand how we have to readjust that balance of give and take. And the 8th house is also about what can you do to be more open to receive help, money, blessings from other people or from the universe. So it's all about what did you understand during the retrograde? And now you're going to be seeing the gifts and the results of that. Also, some could receive money that was being owed to you, and maybe also any karmic type of blessing that is being owed to you will now find its way to you. So let's look at the cards for April for Leo, Sophie, shall we?
Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, card just flew. We have the card of the Matrix. So I think you guys are going to see a lot of behind the scene. You're going to be able to see it through new eyes, removing the glasses and just being able to see what is really going on in many aspects of your life.
And I just had a download, if I can add. I feel like it's also an understanding of maybe some of who we thought were karmic partners or karmic people in our lives were sent from the Matrix in order to limit us and to maybe bound us to some form of reality that doesn't allow us to shine. Leo.
Absolutely. That is for relationships, but it's the same energy also for work. So maybe if you were stuck in the Matrix at work, you're discovering that all of this was to delay, well, tests. You had the choice all along, but to delay you from entering in your true energy of what you can do. Because what I'm seeing here is the 10 of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, being able to share your knowledge and speak up. And we have the 2 of Cups. So I feel like you're going to discover where is truly your place, and you're going to see a lot of behind the scenes. So you're going to understand a lot more. Some of you may be afraid of what you're going to discover. I just want to say that from the start, it's not always easy when you, for example, you learn your purpose, because that could be, you could be intimidating by this, or you could be feeling like you're imposter syndrome. If it's relationship, you could be unwilling to give up the false sense of security that this provided, if it's a negative discovery, or there's a lot there. But basically, you're going to discover something about your true purpose, and it will be challenging your understanding of what is your sense of security. And this is a topic that comes up for a lot of signs, I feel, this month. But the clarity that you're going to gain out of it, you will have the free choice of acting on it the way that you want it. But this is the real test, because during the retrograde, I feel like you didn't have all the clarity. And now that you're getting it, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to stay in your false sense of safety, or are you going to go for the riskier, bold move of being aligned and truthful for your destiny?
Wow. Big messages here for Leos. Yes. And I feel it very deep at my core as a Leo rising. Oh yeah, I've been through it all during the month of March, believe me. Let us know if that resonates with you. And of course, do make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And we're going to talk about our next one. So Virgos. Virgos, let's talk about Neptune moving into your 8th house. So as a Leo rising and a Virgo sun, I'm really feeling this 8th house right now, so I can really talk to you about it in great length. So Neptune will move into Aries for everybody, but for you, Virgo, it's going to activate your 8th house for the next 14 years. So it's a huge transit. Yay! It has some good though.
Okay, I'm listening.
Yeah. But we're gonna feel a drastic change in energy throughout April because it's more felt when a big planet like that ingresses through the 0 degree, which is going to be the case in April, end of March, April. So we're going to go through, and Virgos are going to go through a huge transformation. 8th house is a house of death and rebirth. It's a house of what's being occulted, what's being done unconsciously. It's a house of shadow work, of view transformation. So I'm going to start with the heavy stuff, and then I'll end with the more positive stuff, if that's okay with you. So we're going to go through a huge transformation process of our sense of faith, of our sense of spirituality, shadow work, to journey through more enlightenment. So anything that we have been hiding or not wanting to address, it's the time to do it. And not saying that every Virgo is going to be forced to do it, not at all, because Neptune can also rule escapism tendencies. So wanting also spiritual bypass also in the 8th house, which is really present. So using spirituality in order to find some kind of bypass around those shadow work themes. But if you really want to use it to your own advantage and benefit from the beautiful qualities of Neptune in the 8th house, which can also be money coming your way, more financial abundance, being held by the universe, being held by your spirit guides, beautiful manifestation of your desires. So you want to do the deep work, right? To really get rid of anything that's blocking you from reaching this amazing abundance that can come your way, right? So also the 8th house can deal with merging of your assets. So if you have a partner, you could be at this time merging your finances with your partner. Neptune rules no boundaries, right? So you could be becoming more generous. So just watch out because, of course, Neptune has a dark side there. It could be too much. You could be bounding yourself and becoming a slave to others or giving too much. And this balancing this whole equilibrium. But on the good side of things, if you already have a partner, when you were going into the 8th house after the 7th house, it's the next step of we're merging together. So it could also be merging with a soulmate with the 8th house, really finding someone who you can connect to on a very deep level, with intimacy, with your life, with really deep qualities that you have deep down. Also, your dreams and spiritual practices will help you process dense emotions, traumas from the past. So it's the perfect time to really, let's say, start some, therapeutic practices in order to deal with those traumas, blocked emotions. 8th house is all about this big liberation. With Neptune, it can be done really gently. So it can also be, you're going to be processing a lot through your dreams, through your unconscious. But I think it's really beautiful if you're willing to embark on this transformation journey because it has beautiful gifts in terms of love, in terms of financial abundance at the end of it. And then Mercury and Venus move direct into your 7th house of partnerships. So Virgos are going to get clarity about relationships, about who's aligned with your new self, with your new chapter, and who isn't. And it's kind of a make or break energy because we also have Saturn and the North Node there, and Saturn brings closures, while also can bring more commitment. So there's like this two-edged swords there. Some relationship partnership will continue stronger than ever, with more commitment, while others will dissipate. If it's not for your highest good, they will dissipate.
And that it is for business and in love.
Yes, correct. But also I would extend that to all relationships, because the seventh house can also be friendships. It can be all sorts of relationship and partnership, but mainly, yes, business and romantic relationship. You're totally right. So you have like deep realizations of what you need in a partner for your future. And also the seventh house can be the house of clients. So you're being guided to your future audience, your future clients that are more in line with who you're going to become down the line. And it's kind of a lose some or win some situation, because Saturn can dry out whatever's in the seventh house. But with the North Node there, it's also because there's a greater goal. It's discerning. We're discerning who's aligned, who's not for the future, for who we're going to become. And also with the South Node being in Virgo, we're in the process of totally transforming ourselves for the next 1 year and a half, 2 years. So big energies for Virgo. But of course, with your ruler, Mercury, moving direct, you're going to feel a lot more energized. You're going to feel like things start moving. You're going to have clarity, answers that you need to feel this freshness of the new year. So let's look at the cards, Sophie. What do we have for Virgo for April?
Okay, let's see what we have. We have Udini, which is not the best card when it comes to mental health, but this is something that can be also very freeing when we have this card. So let's see what we have there. That's the Neptune energy, basically.
Yeah, in the 8th house, which is totally about mental health as well.
Okay, wow. I needed to take 4 for you guys. So we have Ace of Pentacle, and the rest are reverse. We have the Death card reverse.
Well, that's good.
The Tower reverse.
Yay.
And the Chariot reverse. So I still see this Death card as a deep transformation, even though it's reverse, but it's more of your inner world. And the Tower being reverse, yes, also. The Chariot being reverse, I think that's just... there is a lot that you need to work on yourself before anything is manifesting in your 3D life with the Ace of Pentacle. So this is the promise that this card is representing, the promise that if you invest in yourself during that month, there is going to be major shift in your life. But we need to invest in ourselves. 3 major arcana that represents deep transformation, divine intervention, and deep transformation, but from within when it's reverse, and moving on to evolution, a new chapter of your life, progression, better places. The promise is there, but there is something that you're trying to escape and you need to face it. So in this month, invest in yourself. I'm just going to split the deck to see how. We have the Knight of Cup. So invest in your needs, invest in your dreams, invest also to be present in what your own needs. This is basically it. Invest in feeling like you are helping yourself. What do I feel? How can I help with this feeling? What do I need? How can I help with that need? Basically, that's what you need to do. And don't be surprised if there is big crisis, inner crisis. This is to release that energy that it's showing up. For me right now, it's showing up physically. So this is also to consider. It may be mental, it may be emotional, it may be physical. So it's all worth looking into. Even if it's, let's say, breaking your arm, there is a message there. So physical, mental, or emotional, there's a message there.
Oh, I feel that so much. But I love that the first cards before the Chariot are the Death and the Tower. So meaning that we can see that there's a rainbow after the rain, guys. But it's time to also confront those emotions, those things from the past, those karmic things that we are trying not to look at. And it's going to be so worth it, Virgos, you're going to see. So let us know if you resonate with that in the comments. And also do make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Now let's talk about Libra's sun, moon, or rising. So for Libra, this is going to be a big, big deal because Neptune will enter your 7th house for the next 14 years. So you'll be under the influence of Neptune for all your partnerships, relationships. And because it is the house that's naturally ruled by your sign, by Libra, it is going to be a really important flavor or tone within all your relationships and partnerships. So there's beautiful things that Neptune can bring, really beautiful, but also things to be aware of because Neptune also rules illusions, fog, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to share that with you. But first, Neptune in the higher frequency sense of it can rule soulmates, twin flames. So if you are single and you are either Libra sun or Libra rising or even moon to some extent, you might meet a really important soulmates. And I'm not saying that it will happen necessarily in April because of course Neptune is going to stay there for a while, but it's going to be more felt, this transition into your 7th house in the earliest months. So April, May, I would say. But on, let's say, a more spiritual sense, you're going to be able to open to more divine love to come into your life that can come in many, many different ways, not just a soulmate, but also if you are already in a relationships, you're going to be open to really feel this love, to receive more love, to have a really big heart chakra expansion. Also, that can lead to becoming more generous, more open towards others. If you have a partner already, you're probably going to be helping more your partner, helping to heal your partner, helping to awaken their also heart chakra. Also, if you have a partner, they could have like more of a spiritual awakening because Neptune rules the idea of faith, of spirituality, and also they could become more in the healing arts if that's something that they're drawn to. Okay, now, and also you're going to be yourself tasked to heal others even more through your presence, through your touch, through your words, through every kind of interaction. You're going to be embodying this energy of Neptune, which in the higher sense is this sense of one, this sense of divinity, of the divine love, healing, forgiveness. So you're going to embody this energy whenever people come in contact with you. So you can also attract more people that are in need of healing. That goes hand in hand with that. So just be aware or mindful that Neptune can also talk about some kind of illusion. So over idealizing someone, especially if it's someone new in your life that comes in the next months. So deceptions, idealization, illusions, and also people that have like a weak sense of self or self-esteem issues. Also people that are kind of the magician in the tarot that have many tricks in their bag, or people that are unstable with their mental health, or that can also be the case if you have a current partner with Neptune. So these are the lower frequency manifestation, but usually with Neptune we get both. So I just want to make you aware of the good side, the not so good side. And then Mercury and Venus will finally move direct in April in your 6th house. So Libra, you've had a lot of planets including Saturn, the North Node, Mercury, Venus, in your 6th house of daily routines, of work, of health. So you probably had to rethink, what does your perfect routine look like? What do you want to tweak in your health? What kind of discipline do you want to bring every day? Where do you want to be? So how do you use your everyday routine to get to your bigger goals? So that's a really important thing for Libra rising or sun. So now your work projects will likely move forward again. So if you saw some delays, some questioning regarding some work projects, now is the time, especially mid-April and end of April, where they're going to start moving forward, but then you'll have new clarity about also where do you want to invest your energy regarding work projects, like collaborations even. So who do you want to collaborate with? Who do you not want to collaborate with? And also you're going to get clarity about what routines in your life serve you and what routines don't serve you. So with Saturn there, yes, you're going to be working hard and being disciplined, but also most importantly, you're going to be doing it in the right direction to get to goals that really matter to you, Libras. And also if you had health issues or mental health imbalances, now it's really a good time because I feel you're going to get clarity about the healing journey to take to really address those issues or imbalances. So, Sophie, let's look at the cards, shall we, for Libras for the month of April.
Yes, let's see what we have. You can't take it with you. So this is the energy of people want to have almost like a piece of you. People want to take a lot. And it's your responsibility to put boundaries when it comes to what you give to others. I feel like people are going to probably play a lot of the victim around you, or they are going to be true victim, or they're going to play victim around you. I feel like this month you're going to be the person, you're going to feel like you're very much in demand. You're very much, people are calling you more, people are reaching out more in any shape and form. We have Page of Swords, communication. And I feel like you're going to feel like you need to shift that energy drastically, in a sense that you need to see if there's a message behind that. How are your boundaries? How are your energy? Are you in the right career? Is there a problem to fix in the home? Is there a problem to fix in the relationship in general? Not just boundaries, but is there also something else that you need to fix in this so you have a better balance? Seven of Swords. I feel like you're not going to be told the truth always, and I feel like there is a lot of deception going on around you, but it's a lesson for you to learn that you need to speak up way more, because I feel like your voice is not being heard enough. And that can be in decision, that could be in initiative, that could be in also boundaries. Yes, that's one. But there is a lot of communication that needs to be initiated by you. And this is the big lesson this month. So a big overview of what is around you and how to tweak things so it makes more sense. It's going to come in it's going to be, the light is going to be shed on what parts are not working and needs to be addressed by you. But I'm just warning you, people are going to ask you a lot this month.
Okay, well, Saturn in your 6th house, so you're likely going to be very busy in your day-to-day life again, but with more clarity. So that's the good news about it. And let's hope you have a wonderful month of April, Libras. Let us know in the comments below if you resonate. And of course, don't forget to give us a like, to share, and to subscribe to our channel. And next, we're going to talk about Scorpios. So Scorpios, first of all, the big energy that we're going to feel the most is Neptune entering Aries. And for you Scorpios, it's going to activate your 6th house. So during the whole month of April, you're going to be feeling a big shift, especially in your daily routines, in your work, and in your health. So first of all, you're going to be integrating more of your intuition and your psychic gifts into your day-to-day work and even your healing abilities in your day-to-day work. So everything that is part of your, let's say, spiritual bubble is going to be more integrated on a day-to-day basis, either in your routine. So maybe you're going to take care even more of your spiritual health, or I think both for Scorpio, honestly, but also I think you're going to bring that to your work or to your work projects, or listen even more to your intuition in your work, if it has nothing to do for spirituality, of course. Also with Neptune, the planet of healing, entering your 6th house of health of the body, you're going to be called to heal yourself and heal your body and heal your connection with your body. So this is going to become a huge themes in the next years also, because Neptune will remain in your 6th house for 14 years. So this is going to be a long transit, but it's going to be more felt in the early degrees, because whenever we change energy, we feel it the most. So connecting even more with your body, healing all sorts of disorder with your body, disconnection with your body, even let's say, for example, I don't know the exact terms of it, but let's say if you see yourself as like you have gained weight, but in reality, it's not the truth. So kind of, how do you say that? Disorder?
Dysmorphia.
Dysmorphia. Thank you so much. So you're going to be healing your relationship to your body. And it's going to be really, really important that you, let's say, invest in that, in your connection to your body, because Neptune can also lead to being too much in escapism in other worlds, where the 6th house is asking you to be really present with your body in the present moment every day. So find a way, if you want to live through this transit in the best way possible, find a way to honor your Neptunian journey on a day-to-day basis. And I feel like for most Scorpios, it's going to lead also as the start of a profound healing journey. And with Neptune and the 6th house, it can be either the physical body, or it can also be your mental health, or your mental, your mental health. So either more unconscious, more internal, or external in the form of your body. So a profound healing journey is starting. And you're going to have to integrate more of daily spiritual practices or healing practices. Maybe you're going to see, let's say, a healer, a physiotherapist, for example, but you're going to have to integrate that in your routine. Also, I feel like a lot of Scorpios are going to feel the need to sleep more. Neptune is the planet of sleep. 6th house is what we do on a daily basis. And I think through your sleep, you're going to receive really important messages, and you're going to feel rejuvenated. So this is you're going to have to recharge through this whole healing of your body and your mental health process. And also keep a dream journal on your nightstand. I think you're going to see like many, many important messages. And then Mercury and Venus are moving direct, yay, in your 5th house. So for Scorpios, I feel like you're going to get finally clarity about what lights you up in life, what gives you energy. And while they were retrograde in your 5th house, maybe you understood that a lot of things that you were doing doesn't help to recharge your energy. And maybe that was going like counterproductively, but now you're really finding how you need to be recharged. Maybe it's by doing hobbies, maybe it's by having a creative outlet. Maybe it's with romance, taking vacations, playing with children, connecting with your inner child. But it's something along those lines that you haven't been doing too much lately, because you had Saturn in your 5th house, draining away the fun and the joy out of your 5th house. And now you need to reintegrate that in your life. What gives you energy? So that's the big question for you guys, Scorpios. And also, you might have found out secrets or hidden information about the 5th house while they were retrograde, or now when they are direct, about lovers, about children. So there are some truths that might come out for some of you. But also, I feel like this energy, when after mid-April ongoing, I feel like it's going to help you to become even more creative, to tap into the source of your creativity, of your energy, and also using the really intense energy of the eclipses to funnel this energy into creative projects, into creative ideas. And the 5th house is also your business, if you do have one. So you're going to be led to invest in that, either business, it can also be your child. It's anything that is birthed through you, but you're going to need to reinvest in that, and you're going to be shown how. So Sophie, let's look at the cards for our beautiful Scorpios for the month of April.
Okay, let's see what we have. So we have a lover come back. So this is bring the fun back, basically. Doesn't mean a person. but with retrograde, we never know. But by that time, I think it's more going to be about the fun that we bring back. We have the Seven of Swords. So yes, big reveal could have been happening. This is the past. So big reveal could have been happening about your love life, or about how your hobbies, how your fun was taking out. Maybe you took too much responsibilities and you were shown like, this is not fair how we are splitting the shores, how we are having the routine. We have the Hermit showing me that you're going to get on a really new path in life. So this is momentarily, I think you're going to want to be a little bit more alone and really assessing, what do I need, where I'm at, where I'm going, what I want to build, and being shown how to heal the wounds of the past. Next card is the Magician, and we have two that fell in the same time, so I'm going to take them. Two major arcana, Judgment and the Magician. So we have the Hermit, that was already a major arcana, Judgment, and the Magician. It's a big month. So I really think that you're going to see that thing that broke you, or that thing that hurt you in the past, is trying to come back once again. And with the Magician and the Judgment, it's telling me that this is a final test. So it could be a project, that could be a problem with the child, it could be anything that is related to the fifth house that Julie talked about. But what I'm seeing is that there was a test, and you're at this moment, it's completely up to free will. And this is basically you're supposed to say, I'm not going back to something that broke me. So that could be a job. If your physical health, your mental health suffer in a job, that you're not supposed to go back. That could be a place of living, a community. That could be a healer also, that you are seeing that really did not do a good job or anything there. What I'm seeing is that you're not supposed to go back to something that hurts you. And I'm seeing that this is the big test on, you're supposed to take more of the lead. You're supposed to create more with the Magician, and you're supposed to expand on your skills with this. If you're going back to Matrix, if you're going back to what broke you, I think you're going to go again and again in a cycle.
Wow, powerful message for Scorpios. And I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like we've had major arcana for most of the signs, which is a big deal. So big month of big realization, and karma also being part of it.
Yeah.
All right. So our next one is Sagittarius, and we're going to start talking about Neptune changing signs. So this is a big deal. And for you Sagittarius, it's going to enter your fifth house for the next 14 years, but it's going to be more felt in the early months where Neptune first enters your fifth house, so i.e. April, May. But April is going to be big for that, so you're going to feel like a brand new energy. And I feel like the fifth house is going to be so beautiful for you guys. Neptune is the planet of like direct inspiration, creativity, artistic, the music also. And the fifth house is the house of creativity, of hobbies, of creative project, creative expression. So both merge like so well together. And I feel like most Sagittarius are going to feel like a huge creative surge, a sudden inspiration to infuse your creative ideas or creative projects. You're going to be, and of course, if you stay open to receiving this inspiration, guidance, if you keep yourself in this energy of joy, of positivity, fun, I feel like you're going to get a lot of direct downloads, inspiration, where you can also re-emphasize this energy of creation into your life. And with Neptune, which is the planet of sleep, of rest, and the fifth house is the planet of vacation, of fun, I feel like you're going to want to relax more in this new phase of your life, and maybe have more creative hobbies to recharge. But the big lesson is going to be, how do you open yourself up to plug yourself, to recharge your energy, and to feel more creative? And as you're being more creative, you're going to get even more energy. So it's going to be, you're going to be entering, let's say, a cycle where your energy gets amplified. For single Sagittariuses, it can mean also meeting a soulmate with Neptune entering into your fifth house of love, of romance. So, and of course, there's good and there's bad to Neptune. And obviously, we almost all the time experience both. So just be aware that Neptune also can lead to idealizing people, deception, lies. So just make sure that the people that present themselves a certain way can really back it up in the forms of action. So take your time if you're starting to date someone new to really know who they are, especially if it's someone spiritual, artistic, because it's the nature of Neptune. But also it could be in the higher frequency of it, really a soulmate that you're meeting. And it makes you feel, really be mindful of how it makes you feel. Do you feel more creative? Does it make the rest of your life more positive? If so, that's a good sign. Also, you're going to be called to travel to faraway places for most Sagittariuses in the next years for vacation, even more. It could be also spiritual retreats. So you're going to feel the need to go to places where you can relax as far as travel. So that can be islands, retreats, faraway places in the world, places near water. The sea is Neptune. So all of that is going to help recharge you and make you feel more creative. And then we have Mercury and Venus moving direct in your fourth house, along with Saturn and the North Node that are already in your fourth house. So you're going to get a lot more clarity regarding your personal life direction. So family situation, place of living, situation with the spouse, if that's the case. So you're going to get a lot of your questions answered, and maybe you were re-questioning a lot of those. So what's my role as a parent? What's my role as let's say a daughter, a son, if that's your case. But you probably had a lot of important conversations also with family members, and now you're getting more clarity about like what is your direction, but also what is there to heal. And I feel like a lot of Sag will now have the clarity in order to move. If you've been looking to change your place of living, to sell your house, to buy something else, now is the time after the retrograde, so after mid-April, that you're going to get the clarity. So what's the next step regarding your family, your personal life? Also getting the clarity on what is fulfilling you as far as your personal life, because the North Node is there. So the South Node is in your 10th house of career. So maybe you were tired, you were overworking yourself, but now like the focus is what is fulfilling you in terms of personal life. And also you can have secrets of the past in regards to family, in regards to ancestors coming up now or during the retrogrades. And it's going to help you in order to overcome what kind of ancestral healing that you needed to do or you still need to work on in order to better your relationships with your family. So this is what I have for Saggies. Let's look at the cards for the month of April, shall we? We have Dr. Jekyll and Hyde. So this is pretty much the card of Uranus energy, where we don't know what we're going to get. So big surprises, big inspiration in the same time, but big surprises. Thinking flipped in a second. So all of it is meant for you to get on, of course, your path, but be aware that you could have, with the big reveal, a totally new way of seeing things in your life. We have the Death card, so that's exactly it. So you're going to see a new phase of either your job, your partner, situation, a place of living, anything that is big in your life. We have a lot of major arcanas for all of the sign, like Julie mentioned. You're not an exception to it. We start with a bang with the Death card. So expect big changes, and it's not possible to resist, especially we had 2 major eclipses, we had retrograde. So people are finally moving forward with
what life are telling them that they need to go for. And this is basically what I'm seeing in your cards too. The High Priestess, another major arcana that is there for you. So big reveal. It's the end of secrets. It's the end of just knowing, sensing that there is something, but not being sure of what it is. You're going to know, you're going to have clarity. But again, it's going to be very unexpected for a lot of you, and you're going to have to be okay with facing that new reality, that new vision of it. Another major arcana, the Hermit. For some of you, it may be starting your life again. For some of you, it may be starting a new vision on your tribe, on your fate. It could be starting a new career. I do see a lot of starting over with that new clarity. And don't be afraid that you start alone. Don't be afraid if you start alone in your career and you move to a new place, you let go of a partner, you cut ties with toxic family members or friends or anything. You're going to be okay, because we have the Hermit, and the Hermit is basically saying, I follow where I'm supposed to go with this big star. This is where is the healing. This is where is the guidance. There is major transformation. And if you were to stay in the place that is being revealed that is not good for you, I think you would be faced with a lot of toxic patterns.
Oh, okay. Well, in Sagittarius, you have a really powerful intuition, and with Neptune entering your 5th house, this is going to only amplify. So trust yourself, and we hope you have a wonderful month of April. Let us know in the comments below if that resonates, and do make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And now we're going to talk about Capricorns. So this is going to be a big month, well, for all of us, but since Neptune is going to activate your 4th house, Capricorn, it's big because naturally you are ruling the 10th house, the opposite house of career, of status, of public life. But now Neptune enters a really vulnerable place of your chart, the 4th house, which deals with your values, your personal life. And I feel like you're going to become much more spiritual with that planet there. And even more introspective. You might go on a hermit journey. And Neptune will stay in your 4th house for the next 14 years. So not necessarily saying that you're going to be a hermit for the next 14 years, but you're going to feel definitely the energy shift in April and May. So I feel like most Capricorns are going to need more time alone and more personal time to recharge. You're going to need more sleep, more rest, and that's okay. Don't go on a guilt trip with yourself if you feel that, because usually you're so driven and you're so disciplined and you work hard, and a lot of you are workaholics. But now Neptune is kind of bringing you this balance of, yes, but you need to have also a personal life. You need to recharge. You need to invest in who you are, and also your spiritual health, your mental health, all of that stuff. So, and of course, Neptune has the good sides, bad sides, and also usually we experience both of them during an important Neptune. Why did I say Venus? That's interesting. Neptune transit. So Neptune rules water. The 4th house is also your property. So just watch out for any kind of water leaks in your house, or if you already know if you have an issue or there's some kind of threat with water in your house, I would fix it as soon as you can, if you're aware of it, of course. And then the good side of that is that it can bring healing to family dynamics, ancestral line, things that were, let's say, issues or traumas that were brought in your DNA by ancestors. So it's time to do the research, or at least get on with the healing process, because the 4th house is a very sensible point in our chart. And if we avoid that, it can bring more of the flip side of Neptune, which can be illusions, being drawn to imposters, all of that stuff. So if you really embody it, it can bring a lot of healing. And I feel like a lot of Capricorn could have a spiritual awakening, or if you are watching the video, I'm guessing you've already had a spiritual awakening. So that can be the second part of your spiritual awakening, like a second bloom. And you're going to discover as part of you, and you're going to be so much more in tune with your intuition, your psychic gifts, your perception, your gut feeling, which rules the 4th house. The stomach is ruled by the 4th house. So you're going to be very much and a lot more connected with your sensation in your gut and how you feel when you first meet people. And you're going to listen to it more and integrate that in your life even more. And then we have Mercury and Venus moving direct in your 3rd house. So Capricorns, you're going to be very happy about that because 3rd house rules projects, communication, documents, making plans. So you probably felt like there were delays regarding your projects, regarding what you wanted to bring forward, and you had to rethink some of them. So that's kind of an uncomfortable place, especially for Capricorns that like to get things moving, especially with work projects. So now they can move forward again. And I'm guessing you've probably had some important conversations with past friends, colleagues, siblings, or partners of any kind. And even when the planets go direct mid-April, it's time also to continue having important conversations with those people, because your friends, siblings, coworkers can bring really good advice in your life at this time. Because also we have the North Node and Saturn, your planet, in your 3rd house. And I feel like Capricorns are going to have a new direction and new approach to social media, which rules the 3rd house. And with having the retrogrades there, now it allows you to start like on a fresh slate. And you're going to be doing things in a different way. So if you use this time correctly to really fix or identify what was not working in an optimal way, now it's time to really do things different. So you're going to be really busy again, but I feel like you're going to know even more where to invest your energy in a more efficient way. And you're going to make new plans according to that new direction with your plans. So let's look at the cards for Capricorns for the month of April.
We have this word that I cannot say here. Okay, so that's very Neptune. So where did you say Neptune is for them?
Enters the 4th house.
Okay. So we have to keep a lot of discipline, because that can be in many different areas. And sometimes it's food, sometimes it's bad habits, sometimes it's people. So whatever it is for you, what were you going to say?
I'm sorry, it just brought like a download when you said that. I feel like if you have some addictions, well, we all have, but like I think some light is going to be shed on those addictions. And I feel like they for sure connect with some kind of family dynamic or family pattern or ancestral pattern. So yeah, this is what I wanted to say.
Yeah, 4th house, that makes total sense. That could also be sleep, so there's a lot of different things that I can touch. But I just noticed that she has the night, I don't know how you say that. So that could be also how you sleep, many things. But there's a big review on where are you dependent on something, maybe a coping mechanisms to get comfort or to get reassurance or any other thing. So there is a big review on something that is part of your stability of your either family or your coping mechanisms to bring safety. We have Ace of Wands. So that vitality could be a little bit off because we can see that we're trying to grab the vitality, but we're not reaching it yet. So there is in this moment more of a recharge for the month of April, more of a changing your habits when it comes to your eating habits or your health or your sleeping or whatever it is for you. That could also be a job that you're not ready for, that you're preparing for. So this is a month where it's a little bit of a retrograde month for you, where we are revisiting, reviewing, and preparing for something big. The King of Pentacles is next. It's it's not, the pentacle is not yet in his hand, so we have it right there. So again, we are almost there, but there is a preparation for it. So a new job, a new stability, a new vitality that will be very stable, that will be very positive, because the King of Pentacles, for me, that's a very positive card of abundance and safety and longevity and stability, but we're not there yet. So we need to prepare something. And we have the Ace of Swords. So a big breakthrough that is going to happen for you when it comes to this month. Justice card underneath the deck. I don't know why I checked, but this is the Justice card. So 2 aces, but we're not there yet. They're both in their preparing phase. So the sword is still in the wood, no, not the wood, the stone, and we have the Ace of Wands that is not grabbed yet. So a big preparation, and have fun with it. Have fun exploring new routine, new things that maybe are off of your normal routine. Have fun exploring past this and see what works for you, what doesn't work for you. This is very important, because if you stick to old defense mechanisms, old coping mechanisms, old way of doing, you're not going to get the best, and you're leveling up. So those things doesn't match your energy anymore.
I love the cards, 2 aces and major arcana. So wow, big month for you Capricorns. Really invest in that cocoon phase, because I feel like something big is coming for you guys. And let us know in the comments if it resonates, and do make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And let's talk about Aquarius. So Aquarius, Neptune will change signs. So that's a big deal for everybody. And for you, it will activate your 3rd house of communication, of writing, speaking, plans, projects, social media. So that will be for the next 14 years, but we're going to feel the change even more in April and May. Especially April. So I feel like Aquarians, you're going to be consuming a lot more spiritual content, especially on social media, and you're going to be drawn to learn even more about spirituality, because the 3rd house is also about learning, being a student of life, and you're going to be drawn to learn more about that. Even that can be also from some kind of spiritual master, because Neptune can also bring some kind of spiritual authority. Also, some of you could decide to travel more to get more inspiration, or to connect even more with your sense of spirituality, or your sense of creativity, which is also Neptune. And the 3rd house is like you're on the move, like you have many things going at once. And Neptune wants to give you like the right downloads, the right ideas, to feel inspired, to be constantly like working on projects that are invigorating you. So traveling or being on the move might be one way that you can channel this Neptune energy. Also, you could start doing automatic writing, or channeling, or another really strong practice for you guys would be to journal your dreams, to keep a dream journal. 3rd house is writing, and Neptune is also about messages, and especially in the sleep realm. So you're going to have loads of messages coming your way, but you have to create like the proper structure for you to welcome those downloads and inspiration. So you're going to feel very inspired, getting sudden inspiration for your project. So that's going to be really powerful if you can use it, this superpower, to its best ability. And also you're going to be healing your communication and thought patterns. So there is going to be lots of healing there, maybe, and a lot of healing with the voice, I'm feeling, that will take place. And you're smiling.
Just because my voice is off, and I suffer from the exhaustion of the vocal cord. Yeah.
So I feel like many of you will experience like a deep throat chakra awakening and healing with that. All right, so now Mercury and Venus will move direct in your 2nd house. You're going to be very happy about that, because you probably had some delays when it comes to money, when it comes to revenues, and probably like your finances. You had to rethink a lot of it. You had to restructure, rethink about how you invest, how you receive money. So now you're getting clarity about your finances, about your investments, and you could be at this time guided to make a more important purchase or investments if that's the case for you. But the second house is not just about money. It's about where do you decide to invest your energy, your time, which is probably the most expensive currency that we all have, your time, your energy. So now you're going to know even more after this retrograde, and we've probably done a lot of inner thinking about like your self-worth, about what's worthy of your time. And now you know where to invest your time, your energy, and your money to pursue your goals, because we have Saturn in the North Node in your second house. So that's huge. And that's putting like all your resources in order to get in the direction of your bigger goals. So you probably done a lot of thinking about that, about like what goals you want to reach, what's next for you on your bucket list or your list of things you want to accomplish. And you're going to feel your self-value. You're going to find even more of your self-value, and you're going to respect it even more by making important decisions regarding your work. So for some Aquarians, it's going to be make or break time with the work stuff, because maybe you were like, I'm not sure, like, should I continue on this path with that particular project or work or not? And now with the plans going direct, you have clarity and you know what to do to respect yourself. So listen to that gut feeling, and we're going to see what the cards also, what they say for Aquarians for the month of April.
We have the energy of the woman. So really important to have this kind of balance of receiving and not just giving. And let's see with the tarot. We have the Seven of Wands. We have the Page of Swords. And we have the Devil. So I think you're off of your balance at the moment, and I think you are not in the right flow of give and take, and you're going to be made aware of this very clearly. You're going to be made aware of it either through your feelings, through your thoughts, or through your body. So be really mindful of whatever is coming up. What does it mean for you? I feel like you have been trying to reject that balance. So it's going to be a challenge for you to accept that something needs to be reviewed and something needs to be rebalanced. I think that either you have rejected to know when to receive, or if a job, for example, or a partner or a child or anything is asking for more, there is a lot of resistance in this building of more balance. So either you were not ready to say no, or you were not willing to give more. Whatever it is, you're off of your balance. And I really feel for a lot of you, it is in your receiving, because we have this energy of the feminine. So that will be in the practice of meditation, walking in nature, trying to be more present, trying to be in this energy of not doing, but receiving and calming and being in a place of receptivity. So with this, I think that there is it's going to be very triggering for you if you're not willing to accept those changes. It's going to be it's going to create a lot of inflammation in the body, as we see with the Devil card. If you're resisting, it's going to probably cause a lot of fear and nightmares if you're resisting, just because we have the Page of Sword and the Devil, and we have a lot of resistance with the Seven of Wands. But if you simply accept and let go of this is when we accept this Neptune energy. And I feel this Neptune energy is going to help you to see that there is other option, that there is other ways of doing it, that there is an easier path than just the path of burning yourself and resistance. So this is a month that is going to be a lot of mental clarity in a sense, but a lot of mental activity is going to be there for you, reviewing and letting go and accepting. So a lot of evolution, a fast track in your soul evolution for sure. And it's going to help you for the next chapter of your life. But right now, just know that you're probably off of your balance. So don't despair if you're feeling this, because something is changing, but you need to be letting it change.
Open up space for that healing and that transformation, Aquarians. Wow, big messages for Aquarians. Thank you so much. Let us know if that resonates, and of course, do make sure you like, you share, you subscribe, and we wish you the most beautiful month of April. Now, Pisces, let's talk about you. So, okay, wow. Big month of April for you guys too, because Neptune, your planet, is finally moving out of your sign at the very end of March. So you're ready for a new energy. So Neptune is entering Aries on the 30th of March. And it's going to be mostly felt in the month of April, because Neptune will go through like the 0 degree of Aries, which is like the degree of creation. So Neptune is entering your second house of Aries, and it will activate this house for the next 14 years. And so that's a big deal, big deal. So you probably had a lot of learning experiences while Neptune was near, if you're a Pisces rising, near your ascendant, or if you're a Pisces sun, near your sun. So it's probably like a double whammy. And usually when we have like important Neptune transits like you did, there's good and there's bad, all mixed in at the same time. And also I had Neptune square Neptune, so I know what I'm talking about, guys. So the best of it is that your psychic gifts, your intuition are off the charts. Like you can perceive very clearly who you're talking to. And you can really use those, let's say, supercharged psychic gifts and intuition to your advantage now. Also, you were dreaming a lot. You probably have new dreams, new goals in the time of Pisces and Neptune in your sign. But now it's an Aries, so meaning it's time to take action in the direction of your dreams. And the second house is your resources. So it's money, but it's also time and energy. So anything you possess, and it's time for you to invest your resources, your energy in the direction of your dreams and your long-term goals. So while Neptune in your sign in Pisces was more passive, more dreamy, like you were probably daydreaming a lot, now it's time for action. And especially in the second part of April, while we have Mercury and Venus direct. And the other thing that is going to be really big for Pisces is that the second house is also about money, but Neptune is nothing but money. It's everything that is non-tangible. Okay. So it's a very different energy. And with the second house, we're talking about very, let's say, tangible manifestation of reality, such as money, such as possessions, what you possess. So Neptune, in the good sense of it, can bring like a more spiritual understanding of what is money. And also, if you work at it, let's say with healing your relationship with money, it can really help you to manifest more financial abundance. So that can be really good if you view, let's say, money as a spiritual tool, as an energy of exchange, and working on manifestation. But also, if you're just focused on, oh, I want to get more money, while Neptune is there, this is not like a good mix of intention. You need to really think about, but what is it? Because money is a tool, right? Like, what is it that you want to get after this wanting money? So you need to tweak your manifestation practice, basically, about what's the end goal of wanting money. Like, what do you want? Like, is it freedom? Is it like the ability to do whatever you want of your time? Is it the ability to travel all over the world? So just as a few examples. But you're going to be asked to really tweak that And it's a really karmic energy to be entering your second house. So it's also, the more you give, the more you're going to get back also with this energy of Neptune in the second house. But it's not just like the more you give money. And yes, that can be the case, but also what kind of value are you giving out to the world? And are you helping the world to become better with your own spiritual practices? But also, like, are you adding value, and what kind of way are you doing it? And if that's the case, then universe is also going to reward you for that. And because it's in Aries, it's going to be like you need to add value in a concrete way. Also, because Neptune can rule illusions, fog, watch out, especially in the next months, if you have like an opportunity to make money quickly, those kind of get rich quick schemes or project that you think are going to bring you richness like very suddenly, because if it's too good to be true, it probably is, okay, with Neptune there. And there could be lots of illusions regarding money and finances and investments and possibility for you. So really try to connect with your intuition and try to stay grounded as much as you can, because it's in the sign of Aries. So listen to your gut feeling, your body. And then Mercury and Venus will move direct in your first house. So Pisces, this is a big month for you. And you have still the North Node in your sign. We have Saturn there, plus with Mercury and Venus that just turned direct. So 7th of April for Mercury and the 12th for Venus. So you're going to get finally clarity about who you are and where you want to go next, because the first house is also about what you want to achieve, what are your personal projects. And because we have the nodes in your relationship axis, it's also a relationship make or break time. And some karmic partners, karmic relationships will exit your life at this time because the karma that needed to work on is dealt with, especially when they go direct, you'll know. So this is a possibility. And also any kind of past karma, past experience that we're ready to let go. When Mercury and Venus move direct in your first house, now it's time to stop, let's say, dwelling in the past and really move forward. Feel the fresh energy of the spring equinox and go with new ways of doing things. So also you're going to find clarity about what is valuable to you. And like, I feel like the big theme for you guys is letting the past behind so that you can change your frequency and really attune your frequency to what is valuable to you for your future. So let's see what the cards, Sophie, for our beautiful Pisces.
We have the card of passive, which is Pisces energy. So that's interesting since it's moving in Aries that we have the card of passive. It says, I won't tell you how I really feel. Interesting.
Interesting indeed.
And let's take 3 cards from tarot. We have.
But I want to say, like, although we have Neptune in Aries, like there's still lots of energy in your sign in Pisces. So that makes sense.
Oh my God. Okay. We have a lot of passive energy here. 5 of Cups is the very first card. And then we have the Page of Wands. And then we have Hangman.
Okay.
The Hangman. This is Pisces energy. A lot. Okay. So I think you're going to discover a lot, but just very slowly. I think that the best way to discover, I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice. The best way to discover breakthroughs and everything will be to use the Pisces energy. It will be to meditate. It will be to be not rushing things. Even though it is in Aries, apparently we have so many passive energy that we do need to go with that Pisces energy that is yours anyway to find the best way to move forward. So this is not rushing anything. This is not to force anything. This is not to be spontaneous that much. It is to keep on going with the flow and meditate and go with a lot of practices that are Pisces, bubble baths, or if you have suggestions, Jolie, for that. But do you have suggestion for that?
Not right now, but let me think, and I'll come back after.
So any type of Pisces energies that will help you sleep a lot, also dreams, right? Subconscious, anything that will help you with those kind of practices to be able to know what you want to moving forward and to have clarity. So to use that energy in your favor, that will be the best way to move forward. Because I feel like if you were to rush anything, you would have delays. You would have to go back and to see if that was really the right path for you. We do need to move with the flow. So this is basically up on the train. So if you see that something is not Six of Sword energy, if you see that something is not moving forward, this is not your movement. This is not the place to go. This is not your path. If you see that something is moving forward, this is your path. So it's pretty much you're going to go with life itself, and you're going to go with the movement that things are doing anyway. You cannot create a path. I know this is Aries, but you cannot create a path. You have to go with something that is already on its way. So that is good to see if you have a good reciprocity with relationship. This is good to see if the energies are aligned with projects. But it's very important to just don't force anything.
And I thought about it. And I think, and since we have lots of Pisces energies from the cards, but also your planet of Pisces, Neptune, is moving into Aries. So I'm thinking that a lot of Pisces might have unconsciously disconnected a bit from their body in the past transit. And now it's time to re-embody your intuition, your psychic gifts, but really re-embody your body. So I'm thinking about yoga, which can be a spiritual practice that you do with your body, walking in nature. So I need like really connect with nature, but also any kind of water sports, swimming, being in the sea. So, well, also you said taking a bath. Yes. Drinking more water, but also like I feel like moving the energy and rebuilding this connection with your body in a more holistic way is going to help Pisces.
Yeah, this is really good. Thank you. Because I feel like you're going to reconnect and you're going to be able to be more in the movement, but it needs to be slowly reintegrated. So at the moment, I don't feel that you're used to do it. You're used to initiate and to have your own path. So I think that you would do it in the wrong way because you're not used to it. It's like somebody that doesn't know their strength. So do it slowly and research it all, because Pisces is a lot of illusion also. So you want to make sure that when you choose a path, it is both aligned with the universe. The universe is going in with you, and the movement is done not just by you, and also that you are aligned with this.
And I forgot to add also dance could be really good because it allows you to create, to use your body, but also to be creative with Neptune. And I feel like you're so on point with what you're saying, because embodying yourself is going to help you discern even more and being in touch with your intuition. And you're not just like out there in those chakras, like you're going to be revisiting those chakras, those earthly chakras that you can use on a day-to-day basis to know like what's meant for you and what's not. So let us know if that resonates, Pisces. And also do make sure you like, you share, you subscribe to our channel. And we wish you the most beautiful month of April ever. And we love you very much. And we'll see you very soon. Bye, everybody.